All right, welcome to Metal Over Texas, brought to you by Metal Motivation. I have got Klause in the house today. How are you, boys?
Fucking good, man.
Right on, man. This is a family of metalheads. All blood related, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
As far as I know, man.
There's no stepkids, there's none of that stuff. This is a true metal family, right?
Yeah, damn right.
All right, tell me where y'all are from.
Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo, Texas.
A.K.A. Anus, Texas.
Anus, Texas. The asshole of the world.
Asshole of Texas, for sure.
Armadillo. Let's go. All right, well, tell me, introduce me to the boys. Tell me their age. You guys can introduce yourself either way. Why don't you go ahead,
Stevie Ray, man.
It's Stevie Ray. I wonder where you got that name.
You know, blues, man, of course. Blues, Stevie Ray. You know, he's my baby. Josh is my middle boy. John's my oldest.
Cool. And when did you realize? Well, was it with the oldest or was it with one of the younger ones that someone was going to be a musician?
Josh. It's very apparent from diapers.
So he's the middle one.
Yeah.
So he was a born drummer.
Yeah, actually, I do have. I was going through some pictures the other day at the house. I found one. He's sitting. He's not even walking yet.
Right.
My father-in-law's got this. No, it's a little toy snare drum.
Right.
He's got 2 sticks in his hand with this big ass grin on his face. I mean, not even old enough to walk yet. He was already drumming and loving it.
So okay, then so who was next to pursue it? Now was his interest in music make the other kids interested in music? Is that how it worked?
It was immediate. I don't think, you know, Josh. He wanted a drum set for a long time, and I don't know that the boys really grasped it until I got it home and put it together. And it was immediately Stevie was like, "I want a guitar."
So you grew up a metalhead, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you already in bands?
No.
Before the boys, no?
Mm-mm.
So you decided to pursue it once you saw that the kids were into it. You're
Right.
like,
They literally brought me into it.
too.
There's a scene in Amarillo back home that I never knew about.
right,
You know, I never, you know, in my 20s, I never knew it was there.
right on.
You know, so it took them to
get you going?
to get me going,
So,
kind of
all right,
pursue it.
So Josh started.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie came next, and then John finally decided to join in, right?
Well, I was like, I wanted to play guitar, but he just got me a bass. And I was like,
Here's the guitar for you. Just 4 strings.
Yeah,
It's a no-brainer.
I mean, how old was? I mean, what age are we talking about when all this started to
I was
take
like
place?
I'll tell you, I brought the bass set home, or the bass set,
I was in 5th grade, whatever.
drum set home in October 2005. And from that day, I guess it was, you know, within the next month, I got him a little cheap, shitty PV guitar, and they took it from there. I mean, daily.
And what age are we talking about now? He was in 5th grade. So
I guess you was 10.
10.
10.
Really?
I was like,
But see, for years before, I mean, he played on trash cans and pots and pans and shit out in the backyard, screaming at the top of his lungs. And that's actually what made me realize that's what he needed, because I caught him out there. He was on a, you know, he'd take a trash can, tip it on the back, you know, hook his feet underneath the handle for a bass,
Right.
you know, and he would catch different tones on the can. And he showed me, "Hey, Dad, check this out." One day, just bad little beat, and I was just like, "Damn it!"
I gotta do something with
So I decided then I need to get him a kit, and you know, up to then he knew he was into Metallica. He was into, you know, when
Thrash type
stuff. When
immediately into
Like
thrash.
old school.
when his other friends were
Testament.
learning, you know, I don't know what the hell his other friends were doing. They weren't into what he was into.
Right.
You know.
So really, he's kind of the springboard for the whole family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He got everybody else into it, and so I mean, so were you already listening to Metallica and stuff like that? Was that just what you would listen to in the background and stuff?
Yeah.
So he just kind of like naturally picked up on it.
Yeah, I grew up, like I said, I grew up on metal. I went through right about the time Nirvana came around.
Right.
I quit, you know, that's when I started getting into blues, started listening to blues.
Right.
Nirvana killed it for me. I was like, oh, hated it, you know, so I wanted something more real. And somebody turned me on to Stevie Ray, and then I started learning the blues backwards from then.
Right.
You know, and then when he was born, it was Stevie Ray. The last metal album I bought before I got into blues was Vulgar Display of Power. And Pantera was always my favorite from the time I graduated high school till Vulgar came out. And then I, you know, got into blues and eventually got to where I quit listening to music altogether. I just was working. I had 3 young kids,
Right.
just busting my ass. And my brother-in-law turned him, once again, on when he was 5 or 6 on the Vulgar Display of Power. And he brought that album home and he was jamming it. And I walked in the door and I heard that tune and I was like, oh, I remember this, you know. And I started singing the words back to him and Josh was looking at me like, You know this?
You know this shit.
Why? And I was
My
like,
dad,
oh
you're not
yeah,
supposed to know
where's
this
my,
shit.
where's my band? Oh shit! So I had to re-up on all my metal and
I was trying to surprise him with it too. I was like, oh, maybe he'll freak out about it. He was just like,
Yeah, once his
what
dad
the fuck, you
tripped,
know what
and he
this
was like
is?
singing it back to you.
yeah,
and
it
shit. That's
is.
badass.
I am.
So now you've got 3 kids that are all of a sudden interested in music, and then they all want instruments, they all want amps, they all want guitars. So you got to come up with a way to fund that. It can't be easy. They're just raising 3 kids alone, diapers, school supplies, clothes, jeans, underwear, all that shit. It's got to be tough enough.
Tickets, probation,
Food.
Jail time, juvenile hall.
bail. God.
That's coming later. That's like a year or 2 away for this one, brother. So now you got to come up with the funds as a young dad and a young mom to come up with all this shit. I mean, how did you manage to piece together the instruments to get this band together?
Layaway.
Layaway. There you go.
Baby. Layaway. Also,
Randy's
you know,
music board.
friends. You know, they would have some friends. Here's a little amp. You know, of course, we started out small, little 15-watt amps, and you know, the drums. Like I said, that's what took like 10 months to pay that fucker
Sure,
off and get it
sure.
home, man.
That took forever.
You know, but they make do with, and we still make do. I mean, we still have when we get on stage. He don't have a whole lot. He's running straight through the amp.
Right.
You know, and
Not a lot of effects.
not a
pedals,
lot
all
of
that shit.
pedals. I mean, he would like to.
Right.
You know, but
You hear that out there, people that are listening? Send some money to
Yeah,
Klause.
come on, man.
But
Seriously,
I
man.
mean, that's
Buy
just
some shirts.
Running low.
there. You go. They're like, make some shirts.
I did that once. We'll talk later. That's another story.
But yeah, we've always made do. So you know, they'll get better, and then I'll re-up as I can.
Right.
You know, usually around tax time.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
he got the new drum kit a couple months
I
ago,
saw
which
that.
is
Oh, dude, it's monstrous.
it's
Double
great.
bass and everything, right? 'Cause
Oh,
you just
yeah.
had a double bass pedal before, right?
Yeah, just kicks, you know, and then like now I got 2 big ass fucking bass drums, dude. It's
Nice.
like
8-piece. Oh.
He's got more
Yeah.
toms, which I was more excited about having more toms. You know, 3 mount toms, 2 floor toms gives him a little more
He needs some
work to
cymbals,
do.
man.
He needs cymbals, but I mean
Fucking kill.
he makes do. He really
But
does.
like the fucking toms, like they're like that, dude. It's just like boom, like tiny, you know.
Right.
It's hard to hit, so it's like boom.
The new toms are?
Yeah,
Oh,
it sounds
yeah.
good as hell though, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a small target, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because I play drums too, and my drums are big. When I sit behind somebody else's set, I'm like rim shot, and I'm like, I can play that thing. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
bam, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a big drum guy myself. So now, how do you keep these kids interested, or how did you get them interested in getting a band together, and then that whole thing of keeping 3 kids who want to get together and practice and don't want to fuck off with their friends and go out and tear up the neighborhood and all that kind of shit? What kind of discipline does it take for these guys? Not only now we're just talking about a band, not only as an individual to learn their instruments, but they seem to have picked it up pretty quick. If you're talking about 2005, you're only talking about 6 years ago. And now, let me explain something first to people out there, that these kids are at a different level. They don't play like their age. They play at a different level. So when I say this, you're not going to see these kids with this 3-chord bullshit going on. These kids play Pantera. They play their original stuff, which is up to par with Pantera. You know, and they play at that level, and they really do. So that's the reason I have you here, and the reason I always dug you guys was because this wasn't what you were expecting.
no.
So how do you keep the discipline going? How do you get everybody up to the level of professionalism that they're at such a young age?
We still work on that. I mean, we live together. Our instruments and everything's right there.
Right.
You'd think we'd practice, you know, on a regiment. We hit it maybe twice a week
Right.
at best.
Yeah.
You know, and
Side
they
projects.
still do. Side projects.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
Man, we got side projects. Everybody, you know, and which is
It's cool.
we jam together. We're family, but you know, once we got in the scene, we met a bunch of people. You know,
Right.
you get together with other musicians, you're going to play.
Hell yeah.
You know, we've had several bands. That's really what makes it hard. Everybody's wanting to practice and in this, and we've talked before, and you know, eventually we'll get back to Klause.
Right.
Just Klause. You know,
Oh,
that's
man.
where we're.
You know,
But
no
these
side
other, you know, a
project.
couple of these side projects, they've got things fixing to happen,
Right.
and as soon as they
Big
happen,
things.
you know, we're going to get back and
Well, some of these side projects, some of these are kind of more like a cover or tribute band, and some of them are original, right?
Yeah.
Who's in a side project band? Almost everybody?
Everybody.
Even Dad's in one, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's your side project that you're in?
Dogface Gods, Testament Tribute Band.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for that one.
And
Good.
so is
That's
these two.
Holy shit.
And you're in that one too. Now, what
Fast
about you?
shit,
Like some death metal?
No, that's
That's
Dogface
him.
Gods too.
Oh,
I'm
that's
singing for that
Dogface
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the
Oh, you
vocalist
sing
for
for
that.
that one?
Yes, dude, he does it so good, dude. He sounds like
Yeah.
Chuck Billy or sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I always hear him doing the backups. He's got the death metal backups going and stuff.
I got
He-
that.
Yeah, I was really impressed the first few times I seen Dogface. I mean, he was really singing,
Wow.
so it's cool.
Yeah, it was a trip, dude. I was like,
And he's got this fucking Power Slave.
Yeah, I sing for an Iron
Iron
Maiden
Maiden.
tribute.
Fucking blew my mind.
Like literally. Like,
Yeah.
That ain't easy, man. I tell you that.
Tell me.
Bruce Dickinson, Jesus.
It was a trip.
Not
Seeing
easy.
him walk around before the show drinking nothing but water.
Right.
yeah, it's like, what's up, Bruce?
Usually he's all, by the time he gets on stage,
Yeah. Thanks. Shut
but
up.
he's all like, oh.
Kids are calling Dad out.
Oh, shit.
All right, we're gonna take a quick little break, so we can do this. We're gonna do this in segments. So we'll come back in a second. We'll talk about some other shit, so we can stop for a minute.